Dandadan's chapter 89, I have to zoom in to see this, arguments. Something me and you always have, Jim.
Oh, that is true, especially when you start bad-mouthing the Sakamoto days. But here we go. We start off here, and this is one of the books we didn't talk about, Chapter 88, but really Chapter 88 was all about Momo telling Vamola to hit the skids and calling her weird, awful names, right? We can't say on this podcast. And basically, Vamola's saying, when we come back, I'm going to kill you. Like, it was real sus. And she ends up disappearing. Who knows? We find out by the end of where they're going to head off, maybe to find her and the rest of the invasion. But if you remember, it did look like Vamola was signaling the invasion of Earth. And all this led to a bunch of things like Okuran being on life support right now, pretty much. I mean, he can't even breathe on his own. He has all that stuff going on. And so you end up starting this chapter, though, a little light because you have Ara and Gigi dancing it up, doing their maneuvers, and they're pretty good together because Gigi's just trying to do this chant, and, you know, Ara is just insane.
I never thought these two would go together, but they actually work quite well
I guess
together.
It would be Ira, I would say the name would be. But
Ira?
I do like Ira. I will go Ira. I do like Ira, and the fact that she'll just flip-flop to she has to have somebody she hates.
Oh, yeah.
And it usually is Momo. But now, once it's revealed that Vamola was bad, she turns right to that. And then this is where we get most of the chapter. You do confirm that Granny and Turbo Granny are off shopping in Hokkaido.
They don't have
looking for the Hokkaido gals. Maybe they are the Hokkaido gals, right? Yeah, they don't have a phone. So it's one of those where I think they're playing the idea as Granny and Turbo Granny are too big. You can't have them show up. They'll solve everything.
Yeah, if you want to have some stakes, you got to get them out of the picture.
Yeah. So Shrimp, through all this, he's helping out. He's going to skedaddle. But pretty much you end up having Okuran in big trouble. Well, the big play here then is that everybody but Momo starts to try to make things work that Vamola wasn't exactly sus. The idea of, well, you know, you got the bad guy's story, and maybe it's not. And also, maybe the language barrier, because Momo says to this whole thing, no, they pretty much implanted the things right in my mind. I mean, there was no language barrier. Oh, no, they might not have understood things. They really desperately want to make it that Vamola is not sus. And it's driving, first off, it's driving Momo insane, but Ara is getting very mad as well because she seems also to like Gigi a bit more than she's letting on. So you're going with all of this, the screaming and yelling, and it really goes back and forth with that. And then Okuran takes this breathing tube out and wants them to stop arguing.
Can't we all get along? Cough, cough.
You get a nice feels from that where everybody stops and they all do like Okuran. And they say, yeah, we'll stop arguing. We have to figure out what's going on. And what you find out, and Shrimp even gives some things, but also Serpo, when they go out and see his sus butt
on
sitting
the
there.
sus trolley.
And yeah, he's on the trolley and they're pissed off. Then again, Ara, she freaks out again. I mean, she's pretty good. But in that even Gigi's mad. But those are the ones that attack them. And so what do you have him here? At one point, Ara, she puts her foot in his face and Gigi's trying to get to him and all that is pretty fun. But Serpo here, he's going to explain everything. Basically, they needed energy to invade Earth. Now they have Okuran's ball again.
That's enough.
I said on my quote, on my comment on Manga Plus, that you would think that the aliens wouldn't invade Earth, but now they have the balls to do it.
Bada big.
Right? That is a good quote. I'll get no pluses or, thumbs up for that.
You get one from me.
So the big play is the alien invasion looks like it's coming. It looks like Okuran's balls is the one fueling it, or his ball that he lost again. He apologizes for losing it again. And Vamola supposedly was this first deal to signal it in. But you see her at the very end, because the last thing that she said before talking some crap was, Momo, thank you. She kept thanking, Momo, almost the idea, maybe thank you for showing me that Earth was better than this. Who knows? Because that's the big play. But she's there up, it looks like, in the alien invasion fleet, or at least they're coming. And it might be something that, she might end up being a hero in all this. Some people were speculating
I don't think she's completely sus. I still have some hope that
some people were speculating that this invasion is actually going to be like a wedding. Like they think that it's the idea where the aliens are coming not to take over the world, but to actually just be there for the wedding of Momola and Okaran or so. People were doing all these things. But again, remember, everything that we get of info comes from some sus source. Serpo here is the one giving them the info now. And who knows what he's up to. But I liked it. I thought it was a really good chapter. You end with a really cool-looking sci-fi page. I mean, that looks so awesome, right? That ship in the middle that looks like it's like a shark with teeth and things, that is pretty awesome. So I did like it. What would you give it?
Yeah, I thought it was very cool. Nice, like, this is the first time, we got it a little bit last chapter, but this is the first time we properly had all the team back together. And it goes to show, like, Okaroon, despite being the little, like, geeky dork, he really holds them all together.
Yeah, he's the glue.
They're kind of falling apart. I thought it was really nice, like, that one bit when he's awake, like, they all just say, like, they're all still pretty banged up, but they're just so concerned for him that they just go, oh, no, we're all fine, don't worry about us, because, like, that's the first thing on his mind. He doesn't care that he's breathing out of a tube. He just cares that all his buddies are okay. So that was a really nice moment. I really did like seeing the team back together, and I really did like seeing that the stakes are getting pretty high when we're in space with big shark ships flying all over the place. This art is always so cool, especially when they do like the sci-fi stuff, because it's something we don't get a lot of, like in the Shonen Jump or the Manga Plus, except for Ichigoki the robot, which I do not think counts. But yeah, the sci-fi stuff is very cool to see in the manga, and it does look very cool here. And I think it excels. It gets me very excited for future chapters, and I'm looking forward to more. I'm going 8.5 out of 10.
I'm going to go 8.8 out of 10. Oh. I did like the stuff with Okaran and showing that he is the glue and that everybody stopped arguing. But it was that deal when Shrimp ended up explaining that that really hurt him to do it, too. Yeah. I mean, he really ended up having to struggle to do that. So I thought that was really good.